Why does infidelity happen? It's a question that has haunted relationships for all of human history. And when it comes to understanding why women are unfaithful, the answers are often clouded by stereotype and emotion. But what does the science of human behavior actually tell us? Welcome to ZenVibe Studio. Today we're moving beyond the gossip to explore the leading psychological hypotheses for female infidelity, based on research discussed by leading evolutionary psychologists. To understand the why, we must first appreciate the immense costs a woman historically risked through infidelity. As discussed by experts like David Buss, these costs are, and have always been, cataclysmic. The discovery of a female affair is one of the leading causes of divorce worldwide. But beyond the end of a relationship, the consequences can be far more severe. Devastating reputational damage, social ostracism from her community, and in the most tragic cases, violence from a betrayed partner. The stakes could not be higher. So what potential benefit could possibly outweigh such monumental risks? Psychological research has explored several compelling theories. The first major theory is the dual mating strategy. This hypothesis, put forward by researchers like Marty Haselton, Steve Gangestad, and Randy Thornhill, suggests that a woman might pursue two different types of partners. The idea is that she might seek a stable, investing partner, a good dad, for long-term security and resources, while simultaneously seeking a good genes partner, a man with highly masculine and symmetrical features, markers of genetic fitness, to father her children. However, this theory has faced significant challenges. Larger-scale studies failed to consistently replicate the initial findings, such as the idea that women's preferences for these masculine features reliably shift during ovulation. More importantly, data on the nature of women's affairs often contradicts this coldly strategic view. This leads us to the theory that is currently gaining more traction: the mate-switching hypothesis. This concept suggests that for many women, an affair is not a strategy to have two men at once, but a mechanism to leave one relationship for another. The evidence for this is compelling. One study found that 79% of women who had affairs became emotionally involved with or fell in love with their affair partner. This deep emotional connection is the opposite of what you'd expect from a purely genetic strategy. It points to a search for a new, more fulfilling partnership. Furthermore, research shows that women who are unhappy in their relationships, whether due to a partner's neglect, abuse, addiction, or simply a failure to live up to promises, are significantly more likely to have affairs. This is a crucial difference from male infidelity, where a man's happiness in his relationship shows little correlation to his likelihood of cheating. For many men, the primary driver is often a desire for sexual variety. For many women, it appears to be a desire for a better emotional and relational future. So, who suffers? The ripple effects are vast. The immediate and most profound suffering is, of course, borne by the betrayed partner, who experiences a deep trauma of trust and shattered reality. But the woman also bears a heavy burden: the weight of the secret, the constant fear of discovery, and the potential for the very cataclysmic costs we mentioned earlier: the loss of her family, her social standing, and her security. If discovered, the consequences extend to children, extended family, and mutual friends, creating a web of pain and broken trust that can last for years. The takeaway is not to justify, but to understand. Female infidelity is rarely a simple act. It is a complex, high-risk behavior that, according to the latest psychological science, is often a desperate, if flawed, strategy to escape an unsatisfactory relationship and switch to a more promising partner. True healing, whether for a couple or an individual, begins with understanding the profound human motivations and costs involved. Thank you for watching ZenVibe Studio. Until next time, seek understanding.